If you are watching this video right now, you are not studying. Maybe you want to be studying, but you're not. And I'm willing to bet that when you sit down to study, you're not being nearly as effective or as efficient as you want to be. I also know that if you're subscribed to my channel and watch my videos, you have big aspirations and goals for your life. Maybe you want to be a doctor that saves hundreds of people's lives, or maybe you want to be an entrepreneur that solves a global problem. Today, I'm going to show you how to slingshot yourself towards those goals by eliminating the one thing that's keeping you from achieving them. Procrastination. My name is Greg, and I'm a sophomore at Princeton University. And believe it or not, I actually had a deep procrastination problem for years and years. If I had an assignment, a test, a paper coming up, but it wasn't due the next day, I really couldn't bring myself to do it most of the time. In high school, I was able to get away with procrastinating and doing all of my homework assignments last minute. Even during my freshman year of college at Princeton, I really took this approach to my work. And I wasn't doing great, to be honest, even though I was taking relatively easy classes and I wasn't involved in too many extracurricular activities. For example, despite telling myself that I was going to work on this YouTube channel, I only posted a total of one video that entire year. Yeah, one video. I am proud to say that over the last few weeks, I have developed a system that has allowed me to study and receive incredible results. I have not procrastinated in a while. I now post one high-quality video on this channel every single week. I volunteer with a college mentoring program for low-income students. I provide private college consulting to some of my subscribers. I serve as the business manager of my a cappella group. And I am taking on the most demanding and difficult course load that I have had at Princeton so far. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how I'm able to handle all of this. Now, if this isn't the first how to study video that you've listened to, you've probably heard people talk about all sorts of things like diet, meditation, going to bed at the same time every day, taking a walk outside to give your mind a break. And while all of these are really great things that help you to sharpen your mind while you're working, they're all sort of distractions. What I mean by that is they're not going to help you attack the root of the problem, your procrastination. If you want to be studying effectively all the time and eliminate your procrastination completely, there is only one way to do so, and that is to literally change your brain chemistry. Okay, it sounds crazy, but just stay with me. You see, our minds operate extremely habitually. Almost 100% of the actions we take are completely unconscious. We do not think about them at all. Take, for example, swallowing your saliva, opening the door for someone, or even entering the passcode on your phone. It all just happens by muscle memory. In each of these cases, there is an external cue that leads to a mental trigger, and then your brain delegates some task to your unconscious mind. For example, when the saliva in your mouth builds up, you reflexively swallow, and you don't even think about it. If you're going through an entryway and you know that someone's behind you, you just hold the door for them. You don't think about whether you're going to do that or not. Well, in the same way, when you have a thought that triggers a negative mental reaction, your brain goes into the same mode and has you go do some distracting task that allows you to stop feeling that negative emotion. If you want to know more about how our brain creates these habits, I really recommend you check out this book. I'll leave a link in the video description. To give you an example of how this works, I started to realize just a few weeks ago that whenever I had to think about some big assignment or test that I had to study for, my brain would just tell me, oh, check out your YouTube stats, see how you're doing on YouTube. To my rationalizing mind, that sounded pretty productive because I consider my YouTube channel a business and it's something that I work on very seriously. But most of the time after checking my stats, I would go look at my recommended videos and my subscriptions, and sometimes would even spend hours on YouTube just from that one decision. And this happens to so many students when there's a big assignment that's coming up, but it's not really necessary that you work on it right now. You'll find that when you're in this situation, there's usually 1 to 2 activities that you'll revert back to avoid doing the work you set out to do. Maybe you check Instagram, or maybe you text your best friend, maybe you read a book, maybe you're even meditating. But it's all a distraction. The first step you have to take if you want to eliminate your procrastination completely is to take note of when this process happens in your brain. Once you've noticed this process, it can still be pretty difficult to stop it. But that's okay. At the beginning, you really shouldn't expect to. It's been enforced your entire life, so how are you going to change it in just one sitting? What's most important is to figure out which thoughts sort of trigger this response in your brain, and also you need to figure out which unconscious activities you end up doing to distract yourself from the task at hand. It can be hard to notice this in the moment, so what I recommend is just set an alarm for about 10 minutes before you plan on going to bed, and then at the end of the day you can go through and sort of map out, like, how did I spend my time? How did I get from one activity to the next? What was the thought process that brought me from opening up my notebook to watching the NFL? In fact, pause the video right now and trace back, how did you get to my video just now? You'll find that it might have been because of a little bit of procrastination. I want to just take a quick break right now and say that if you're new to my channel, I post videos on college admissions, college life, standardized testing, all sorts of different stuff. So if that interests you and you want to go to a highly selective school, please consider subscribing to my channel. Also, if you really like this video and this sort of self-help productivity content, give me a like so that I know you appreciate my work. And as a special thank you for all of your guys' support in the form of likes, subscribes, shares, everything, I have put together a complete college application checklist, and I'm giving it out for free. Whether you're an ambitious 8th grader or a senior in high school who has already applied to college and trying to figure out how to choose which college to attend, there is something for you. Just go to the link in the description, enter your email address, and I will send it directly to you for free. Now, once you've made a conscious effort to notice the ways in which your brain tries to distract you from your most difficult tasks, you are now prepared to make a change. You'd be surprised how easy it is to reprogram your mind once you realize that these negative thoughts and procrastinating thoughts that you have are just automatic chemical processes happening in your brain and are quite malleable. What I want you to do is this. The next time you're faced with a difficult assignment and you get the urge to check YouTube or Instagram or whatever it is, first just take a step back, breathe, and notice the urge. Just notice it. Reason with yourself a little. Say, I am going to spend 25 minutes, that's less than half an hour, on whatever the hardest thing that I have to do today is. Whatever the hardest thing is, I'll spend 25 minutes on it. And then I can go on YouTube for as long as I want. I can check out Instagram. I can do whatever I want. I won't feel guilty about it. If you can manage to do this with just 70 to 80% accuracy for an entire week, you will see massive results. After 3 weeks, actually doing your work will become a habit, and you can actually overwrite your procrastination habit. Now, I personally have been using this system for a few weeks, and it's pretty awesome for a few reasons. First off, most of the time, once you've been working on something very difficult and mentally challenging, you're actually very dedicated to continuing that task. And a lot of the time, you won't even want to indulge in the distraction. This is because you never really wanted to go do the distraction. You just wanted to escape the negative emotion associated with actually facing your fear, which is the assignment. Second, even if you do go back to YouTube or Instagram after those 25 minutes, you have taken the most difficult step in any challenging assignment, and that is getting started. The next time you think about that assignment or test, it'll be a little easier to convince yourself to get some work done on it because you'll know that you at least have something. And what's awesome about this is that it's a snowball effect. It'll get easier and easier to complete the assignment as you get closer to the end. The power of habit is immense, and you'll realize that the more you make the right decision, the easier it will become to make the right decision again and again and again. This is because you gain more and more proof that actually doing your work makes you happy, whereas indulging in the distraction does not. Think of it like a really weird video game. The first level is the most difficult, and it just gets easier and easier and easier. That's why it's so difficult for people to get out of this procrastination hole. They start at such a low place, and they feel like it's gonna be like that every single day, but really it just gets better and better the more you work at it. Don't be like the people that never figure it out, and take action today, because if you don't, I promise you, your brain has no issue with blocking out this video entirely and delaying your goals and dreams every single day until it's too late. You do have the power to achieve your goals, and ironically, the closer and closer you get to them, the easier it will become. That is it for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. And more so, I really hope that you will take action today and start beating your procrastination. Also, just another reminder, if you want my free checklist and you want a say in which videos I post every week, please join my email newsletter. I'll have a link in the description. Like I said earlier, just put in your email, you'll get your free PDF, you'll get bonus tips, you'll get notified as soon as I post a new video, all that good stuff. So see you guys next week.